to beautiful Priest River, Idaho, where we film our weekly edition of our Kids Online Cooking Club here in the beautiful Priest River Library. Today's recipe is going to be stovetop tuna cakes, and unlike many recipes on here, I've actually made this one before. I haven't done it for a while, but I thought I'd share it with you because it's really, I think it's pretty darn tasty. You can, just so I'm letting you know, if you don't like tuna, some people don't, you can also use canned chicken. So either one. But first thing you're going to do is you're going to start with a bowl, and here, this is a bowl. So it calls for 10 ounces of tuna, so that's 2 5-ounce cans of tuna, and it doesn't have to be a particular kind of tuna. I'm using tuna that was packed in water. You can use that, and so I've got the 2 cans here, and then I always like this recipe. You can, once you cook it, which we will do this video in 2 parts. This is the mixing part, and then we're going to have the part where, then we're going to cook it. It has to sit for about half an hour or so at least before it's ready to cook, because it has to be able to absorb the water and the mayonnaise and the flavors and various different things that we're doing. So, all right, so we have the tuna, and then we have our stuffing mix. This is chicken stuffing mix. I'm not divulging the brand, but you guys can probably guess. And we put 1 package of the chicken flavored stuffing mix in with the tuna. Stir that around a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to take 2 green onions, and I'm going to chop them. Now, there's 2 versions of this recipe you can do. I've never actually made this version, but the other version that I've always made calls for shredded carrots. This one calls for green onions and a little bit of lemon, which I put into the water we're going to use. I already did that part. So 2 chopped green onions, finely chopped green onions. All right. Those in. All right, green onions are in. Now we're going to add 1/3 of a cup of mayonnaise. Put that in. And the mayonnaise and the water, because of the stuffing and whatnot, are going to help bind this together. All right. This would be really good with chicken, I think, as well. I've never tried it with chicken, but I might have to do that. Okay, this is 1/3 of a cup of water. Also has my little bit of lemon juice in it, too. So, switch utensils here and use a spatula because it gets at it a little bit better. Oop, making a mess. That's what I do. I make a mess on camera every week. Okay, all right. So this is all combined together, and it calls for a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to put a little bit of pepper in. A little bit of salt, just a little bit of salt. Boy, I really am making a mess. Ha! Okay, it's all mixed together in the bowl, and then I'm going to add, the last ingredient I'm going to add, because I didn't want it to get too beat up in here, is a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. You can use other kinds of cheese. You can use mozzarella. There's a cup, like I said, some of the variations on it. The basic part of this recipe, though, is the tuna, the stuffing, the water, and the mayonnaise. Whatever else you decide, whether you're going to put carrots, or you can put sweet pickle relish in it, or the cheese and the green onions, whatever you decide sounds good to you, you can do that. So this is all mixed together now. So, I'll show you. It's all mixed together. It's kind of like as if you were making a meatloaf. That's about the texture it is. This has to sit for about a half an hour before we make it into patties and cook it. And the reason why is because the stuffing has to absorb some of the moisture in there, otherwise you're going to have like tuna and crunchies. So we're going to let this sit for a half an hour, and then we're going to come back and we're going to take it to the stove and go cook some of those tuna patties. Maybe I'll even have that for dinner tonight. So stick with us. We'll see you in just a little bit. Okay, we've let our mixture set for a while. Actually, I ended up letting it go about an hour. I just wanted to make sure that the stuffing could absorb the water and the lemon juice. And the mayonnaise also. So now we're going to go ahead and put our patties into the frying pan, which I've sprayed a little bit of nonstick cooking spray in, and we're going to brown them on each side. So I'll move the camera angle and you guys can watch the magic happen. Okay, I've flattened out some of our tuna patties, and I've got the pan ready to go, and it's going to start. Let's turn on the little light here. All right, and they're just going to brown for a few minutes in the pan. Okay, we quickly just did a little flip over, and now we're going to cook them for about 3 or 4 minutes on the second side. Let's see how nicely brown they're getting. Okay, our stovetop tuna cakes are done. We're all set to go. Usually what I do is I serve these with a little bit of tartar sauce, but you can also put them on like a French roll or a bun and make a sandwich out of them. They already have cheese in them, and they're ready to go. So, we hope you enjoyed this week's recipe, and from the beautiful Priest River Library here in Priest River, Idaho, we hope you have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Bye.